Welcome back to a new moon energy read, right? If you're new here, make sure like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into it. I just want to first start by lighting my Palo Santo to clear any previous energy. So we're gonna let that burn, baby, burn. And speaking of burn, baby, burn. So I wanted to expound on a few dreams that I had, and I didn't pull any cards, but I got some insight on what they meant, and I'm assuming that the reading is for tonight. So, um, and I'm like, burn, baby, burn. I let this Palo Santo go, and last night the dream I had pertained to fire, right? With fire comes getting burned, and there's a recurrent theme of fire I kept seeing. When you weld stuff, when you make something new, when you forge something, you have to forge it through fire, right? So this may be pertaining to someone. Sometimes my voice get hypnotized and it's crazy. But yes, let's get into the reading. I cleared my space. We got fresh air going. So this could pertain to fire. Also, somebody may be a fire sign. But where something is being forged, so you may be transforming, right? You may be reinventing yourself. Let me just get my cards in order. We're gonna start off on a good foot, right? So let's do I'll let it be a mystery. Let's do like a time card. But I'm just organizing my stuff, you guys. Sure, all these shits is in order. Yeah, and we have a full moon tomorrow night, so I definitely indecision causing delays. That's crazy. I'm gonna let y'all know shortly, like why I just let that card go out, because I wrote down before the reading just to get my thoughts in order. Like it be, sometimes a little chaotic. But it says indecision is causing delays, right? And what I wrote down before this reading, I said opportunities being blocked for your protection. So it may seem, for somebody, it may seem like things are taking a little long. This could be pertaining to any aspect of your life, right? So let's get these cards in order. So that's for somebody, because I have a few energies that I definitely would like to go into detail about, expound on, right? Welcome. If you're coming in, hit that like button, show me some support. And if anything happens to resonate along the way. Hi everyone. So yes, we got one so far. Indecision is causing delays. And I'm going to try to take my time with this reading, because it was a lot. Like when I said dreams back to back, and once I wrote it down, I was able to see like not only a recurring theme amongst the dreams, but the meaning behind them, right? Top of the deck today for somebody, right? So indecision is causing delays in today. So today something significant happened for whoever I'm speaking to. Hi everyone. You like, are you playing cards? No, I'm doing a reading, energy reading. But I had a few dreams. I wrote it down. I was talking briefly about it earlier, but I wanted to expound on it, because it was definitely, sometimes I just don't be because when you open certain doors, sometimes I don't want to do readings. I love doing it, right? called to do it. I have the gifts to do it. Sometimes it is not fun though, right? Because you're pulling on other energies, then to cleanse your energy after it, to like get back to self is a whole task, and I have to be consistent with that. So some days I just don't. Even if I pick up on somebody's energies, I might not read it. But you never know. You could be helping someone out, or yeah. So for somebody today, this something happened today that shifted you. It could have possibly cause you to take introspection, or do like a self-analysis, right? Something that you realize about yourself today that you may want to change, right? With this new moon energy that brings, of course, not only new seeds being planted, but it also brings insight, right? Into something you like, small epiphany moment, something you may have not noticed or paid much attention to pertaining to self or regarding your life, right? Okay, so we got trust yourself always, trust others once they've earned it. Yeah, and that goes into, because I wrote on my board yesterday, I said someone is carrying burdens for other people, right? And I'm getting that you trust these people too much, and that is what's blinding you, the trust and love you have for them, right? You trust blindly. You think because you're born into a family, or these are long-term friends, or you have history with people that I could trust them. Time does not equate loyalty or trust, right? But I wanted to go into, before I even pull any cards, about when I say fire, you see how when I lit the Palo Santo, I was like, burn baby burn. And then in the dream that I wanted to talk about, I was intentionally going through a fire to escape an alternate reality, right? And when I say alternate reality, I was avoiding so I avoided a situation that seemed scary in the dream state. And I'm like, well, the fire seemed much better, right? Both of the odds weren't in my favor. Or you could be somebody who's like willing to let the bridge burn, you and everybody included, right? So it could go either way. But when I think of somebody intentionally walking through fire, you're intentionally headed in a direction where you will be born again. You will be forging a new path and embarking on a new journey. So your intention, and when you go through fire, it's gonna hurt, it's gonna sting, it's gonna burn, you're gonna scream, you're gonna cry, right? But once you get through that fire, the pain subsides, right? So what may seem scary to other people will be a better option for some, right? So it just depends on which direction you decide to go at the end of the day. It's all about choice, right? And that's something you may be reflecting on. You may be reflecting on the choices you make in life. 5 of Cups. So we have change, right? This is definitely confirmation on what I was just singing. That's a singing. You may be a singer. And then after the 5 of Cups, you have the Hangman, right? Yep, that window open again. You have the Hangman. So you're coming out of this Hangman, or you're going into it, right? Meaning like a standstill, meaning, like I said, when you're reflecting on decisions you've been making. And then also, because we have indecision is causing delays, this tells me that you are definitely in the Hangman. Let me show you guys. Indecision is causing delays, and then we have the Hangman. So that's got double confirmation that someone is going on a roundabout mentally, right? This seems like a self-inflicted mental chaos. And I believe it may be your higher self. Like, it was meant for you to go into this Hangman of indecision so that you can have more than enough time to make the right choice, right? Because you don't want to take that step forward. Is either go towards the hunters that's hunting you, or go through that fire, right? Either way, it's gonna hurt, but one of them you can come out of, right? Both of them you could come out of. Shit, if a hunter chasing you, say you a fucking wolf or some shit, right? I like to make examples. And you go to decide like, fuck me running from them, I'm going towards the hunter. it's a possibility you can defeat them, right? So I like to say I like to face my troubles head on, right? Just to get it out the way. We're not running from nothing around here, especially in 2026. Is either face them, whether it burn for the moment, shit, you'll come out of it. You know how resilient you are. Maybe you need to be taught how resilient you are, right? You're in this Ace of Wands. So that's telling me, yeah, you definitely need to be taught and know your strengths. Ace of Wands, you are the magician, right? You have the ability to forge the path that you want out of life. And this is a recurring theme when I do readings. I talk about people who's like on the brink of making that one more decision closer to your goal, one more decision to get you out of that poverty mindset, one more decision closer to not being scared and taking more risks, right? I was having a conversation today about risk taking and things we would do and things we wouldn't do. And you maybe challenge yourself in the things that you said you would never do, right? Never say never. 369. Yeah, this will turn out great for you actually. Once you get out this indecisive mindset and start trusting yourself. I think this is the universe's way, especially during these moon cycles, to push you to have a deeper knowing of who you are, right? And where you're going. Sometimes it's not blurry on which direction you're headed. You could tell which direction you're headed in, right? But you have to be in tune with self, nature, like the people you're attached to, the burdens you're carrying, right? And that goes into I wrote a note down because it was things that was just coming to mind. Like I said, I wanted to get a clear view. Burdens you're carrying, right? Someone's carrying multiple burdens, and that tells me that's not just your issues, right? Could get through your issues with breeze, but when you have your issues and then everybody else's issue, it becomes a repetitive cycle, like an infinity loop, a roller coaster you can't get off of, you know. So you definitely may need some self-care. You're already in a hangman. Whoever I'm speaking to, this isn't for everyone, but if it resonates, hit that thumbs up. But yeah, this is still turn out in your favor. We have the 9 of Cups there, right? So, but I feel like, because take this time to use this time to your advantage, right? You're in a hangman, you're in a stalemate. For some of you, why not do self-care? You got nothing but time, right? Time doesn't exist when you're in this hangman. It seems like eternity when you're in this mindset. It seems like nothing's moving forward. You're intentionally not letting nothing move forward, intentionally not going backwards, right? Because you may have discovered the truth about these burdens you're carrying and why, right? I say every family has a black sheep. Black sheep meaning that person who, they'll listen to my sob stories. They'll give me advice on what to do, and I won't follow it anyways. Everybody has that person, right? I can point the finger at them, and they're not going to, lash out at me. But because of that, you may be a black sheep because of that. La Justicia, my favorite card, the Justice card, right? Anytime people are intentionally throwing things on you and fully aware that like it may slow you down or hinder you, justice always gets served, right? This is my favorite card, the Justice card, because I'm for what's right? You made a conscious decision to put those burdens on this person, so eventually your own shit gotta come back to you. People can't carry you but so far. So, and you'll see how resilient the people you trusted are as well. That may be actually the thing that'll help you move forward, by seeing like, wait, if I didn't come to their rescue, if I wasn't Captain Save a bitch, like they would have just been deciding consciously to sit in their mess instead of doing something about it, right? So that's when the Justice card comes in, like, we cutting through all that bullshit. It's a new moon. It's a new cycle. You have things to do in this world, right? You have goals to accomplish. You have lives to touch, right? And usually when people try to hinder you, it's because they know that you're going to zoom. I love to say my rocket shit, right? Like we fucking little Einsteins or something. But that's what it gives. Anytime like you elevate or ascend, it always gives like You then zoomed off to a whole nother planet, and now it's like, okay, now you learning this new planet, zoom off to the next. Like that's what it felt like for me, right? It's always intense. Because it's just like, damn, I was like, a day passed. Yesterday I was just like in a whole nother frequency, and then today I'm like a fucking star, you know. So it's always intense, and it may be feeling intense for you. That's why you pause. You like, wait, hold on, let me catch my breath. Not too much at once, right? Yeah. Then we have the King of Cups. This is you, the Emperor. So I may be talking to a male out there, or a female that is in tune with her masculine energy, right? It's energy at the end of the day. So you are the Emperor, like, in order to be in this position, that's where you're headed. That's what it looks like, because we're talking about you and the Hangman now. But to fill the Emperor's shoes, you have, or Emperor's shoes, right, you have to have had learned lessons along the way. You can't teach anyone if you haven't experienced it yourself, right? You can't change lives. You can't live out your purpose if you haven't experienced these things, right? You know, in order to run a restaurant, you have to learn the ins and outs. You would have had to been a dishwasher to know how dishwashing is supposed to properly be done, right? But yeah, like people think the emperor just automatically on the throne. Yeah, that was always his calling, or the emperor's calling, right, to be in this position. But they had to be forged. We go back to being forged. That knife before, that sword before it was forged in the fire, or that chalice before it was forged in the fire, right? It was just mere metal that had to liquefy down to take its new form. So I'm getting that the universe, whoever you are, is purging, right? Your old self don't disappear, because you need to have that same material to apply moving forward in this new position, right? If you don't bring your old self with you, like I said, that's your ins and outs in order to sit in this position. Because once you're there, right? Unless you decide to, let me take my crown off for a second. You have the ability to do that and then come back, right? Um, but then again, just because you took your crown off for the second don't mean you're not an empress or an emperor. Um, I also wrote down plant new seeds ASAP. So you may the universe, yeah, you're in this hangman, intentionally indecisive, right? Even though you know which direction you're headed in, you're being called to, like, okay, hurry it up. And then we got today, right? Like yesterday type shit. So you have the ability, you know, you're the magician. So you know that you can sit in this energy for as long as you need. But the universe meant you to, okay, bust a move now. Like, we know where you're headed. You know where you're headed. So just do it. Like, but do that self-care first, right? Maybe you need to write out, moving forward, like what are your next 10 steps, at least, so you have a clear idea, right? So you can stay on task. List always help me, just to see it visually. You could think something, but then a thought comes and goes sometime, right? Also, it says get them out your energy field. So I think while you're in this hangman, you're unintentionally giving people access to your energy, and I'm not sure if it's intentional, but because you're carrying these people's burdens and about to release them, that shows it was unintentionally to start out with, right? Or maybe you're headed or called to get them out of your, because it says get them out, right? It's an order. It's not saying, well, do you want to get them out? It's saying get them out, right? Because in order to sit in this chair, they can't be no part of you, right? And people will linger. They will stay attached for as long as you allow them to. Like I said, if you allow somebody to be in your life forever without having to do nothing, you're showing them what's acceptable, right? So it's up to you to just put those boundaries up, put your sword down, like speak it, right? And if they don't understand it or comprehend the first time, then let your feet do the fucking talking, right? The Wheel of Fortune is here, so it's no time to waste. It's really no time to waste. Introspection, take inventory. So this may be like a business. Maybe you need to take, because we spoke about trusting people, and I had wrote down take inventory. So this could be of self, or this could be of a business, right? You may discover something is out of place, some numbers ain't adding up. Yeah, inventory. Or maybe you was sent the wrong thing, right? Indecision is causing delay. So I think because you're in this imbalance energy, that may be the reason why you're missing important details. We have La Luna, the moon, right? So, and tomorrow, well, tonight or tomorrow is a new moon. Today is a new moon. So I think this new moon, you'll definitely take that first step out of the hangman, because it says today. So that tells me, yeah, today during this cycle. I like that, right? You can sit in that hangman all you want, but you know it's time to bippity bop, bitty boo your ass out of it, and that's it. I seen 222. So your ancestors are guiding you. Just make sure you look for the signs. They're always there. I'm real like relaxed. So you not. I feel like you may not be in a rush to come out this energy, because you chilling. You just like, why can't I stay here forever? King of Pentacles. Yeah, we got money to count. We got money to count. Fucking inventory to check off and make sure everything adding up. But you doing this today, or is it 12 o'clock? You taking this move today? Nah, I'm gonna be my own guy. Self. I don't disagree, right? Like we all have a spirit team, right? It depends what energy you're in. Now, if you're in the lower vibration, niggas be having entities lead them into the wrong direction, right? Because they resonate with that energy. So it boils down to what energy you're allowing into your space. We got all these pentacles, and like, yeah, you headed to a ship. But let me tell you, you taking this action today will cause a tower for these people who tried to throw their burdens on you. And that's none of your business. That's their business. Because this tower also, like, with death comes birth, right? So although you taking action, coming out this hangman is causing a tower for people who tried to sun you in a way, like tried to keep you in one place, not knowing you intentionally put yourself there just to see things clearer. It's bringing this Ace of Pentacles for you, right? Moving forward, starting from tomorrow or today. And that's a blessing, shoot, in itself. Like, fucking indecision. Like, this was giving me like a temporary pause, right? You just had to make sure. I think you intentionally put yourself there because you wanted to make sure that when you call judgment on these people, right, it was, you had all your apples, your pears, your bananas lined up, right? You always need proof. You may be somebody who likes to see tangible results, who need to get evidence, like, okay, were they really throwing their burdens on me? I know my gut felt it, and that goes back to trust yourself, right? Your intuition will tell you before your eyes do. Trust. Your intuition tells you before you see it, right, in your reality. And you may be looking like, if you gonna call yourself crazy, what you expect other people to do, you know? So you want to make sure, I think you wanted to make sure that, I know you wanted to make sure that when this judgment come, it was warranted, right? You're not into like judging innocent people, right? Especially if it was unintentional. Like, it's different when you hurt someone unintentionally, just being not thinking or being stupid or unaware, and then it's a whole nother thing when you intentionally hurt someone, when you intentionally try to stagnate them, when you intentionally try to block them, right? But they didn't block you. Your indecision caused these delays, because like I said, whether you take a step forward or backward, something gonna move, right? Yeah, you're not playing. We got the swords, and that was the Knight of Swords, not the King of Swords. But I believe they thought you were in this. When I said people trying to sun you, I think they thought you was like smaller than what you were. And I'm talking to a feminine energy now, because the fact that we got the Emperor and the Empress come out, that's two different people, right? I think they tried the little girl or little boy somebody, and not knowing you only hold back to prevent towers from happening, to prevent chaos from happening, right? Because you know when you win, sometime others will have to lose, and that's just the reality. Oh, but then look, we have Emperor, Empress, and then we have Lovers. So this may be a couple. This may be a couple that we're trying to throw their burdens on you. Because we got Lovers, Empress, Emperor, Empress, right? But in this picture is like a dark, the Lovers. One is dark and one is just following this dark ass nigga. Like, so yeah, it may be a couple, like a mom and dad, or an aunt and uncle, or fucking two people you know that are connected, right? Or in your energy that you need to get out. Let's pull one more card from this deck about this person. It's not really a warning, it's just confirmation on what you're feeling, right? Because you're a person that still needs to trust yourself always. And I don't think you even fully trusted these people who threw their burdens on you. You trusted them to be themselves, and that's exactly what they did. So just like, damn, shed a tear on your way through that damn fire tomorrow, today, whatever. Like, let's pull one more card on this. Let me get the Hierophant. King of Cups. Okay. I see a lot of fours. So yeah, you're taking this leap of faith ASAP. Like ASAP today. Like you already made up your mind, like, okay, yeah, today it's time to get out this little funk, this little stalemate. Let me go do my little 1-2 self-care, my last refreshes before I get back to business. And I'm hearing it was a well-needed break, right? Like I said, it's no such thing as time when you're in this hangman position, because it feels like purgatory almost. But this, being that this was a self-inflicted purgatory, yeah, you're like, yeah, it was. I was letting two people about to run rampant, you know, if I don't take action now. So you're like, okay, enough is enough. Like I said, you're in charge of your own life, right? You decide what you want to do, no matter what comes your way, no matter what people tell you. And I made a video earlier about that too. Like, live your life for you. This is somebody I don't need to tell that to, but you're learning. We learn how to trust ourselves more and more and more and more every day, right? It'll always be like hurdles, but it's all about how you overcome them. Some people cry. I love to say from my song, you either cry or ascend. So you could cry while doing it, right? Or you could just smile your way through that shit because you're ascending regardless. So which one? I'd rather smile my way through that shit, right? Than sit there and cry every day, right? It just depends. Half cup. I said half cup. Fucking half wine bottle. Look, glass half empty, glass half full, right? So we're always gonna look at it as, it's okay to look at it as a half empty, right? Balance. Like, okay, that lets you know you have more to do. But if you see it's half full, you appreciate how far you have came. Okay, I like that one. I thought it was gonna be darker based on the dreams I had. Like I said, sometimes it don't be like, you're gonna see things shift. It says it's in the future, next couple of months, and that was part of a whole nother deck. You're gonna see a big shift, like based on the actions you take today during this full moon. That's gonna set the pace. These will be new seeds, right, moving forward. So I'm getting moving forward. Your tongue, what you say goes. That's what the fuck it is, right? Your feet, if it's not keeping up, then it's getting left in the dust, right? This is because you was in a hangman for too long. You was letting things slide. You was letting people bypass, right? And I see on the top of it, I was actually about to pull one of my cards, but on the top of this, what's this? Island Time Wellness Oracle or Love Oracle cards. It says your time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, having fun. So yeah, you're coming out of this you know, thinking, and being in the fucking glass half empty energy, and you're just like, okay, I know I need to get balance. I know I need to reel it back in. So you're spending time with friends and you're moving on. This showed me this is an energy you're coming out of, right? So you just like put niggas on the steam. Like you still got people. It's definitely masculine. So that was confirmation for this Emperor energy that I had picked up on. And what I told you, you need to count your count your coins. It says take inventory, right? And then we have thief. So that lets me know like you was letting shit slide. You about the niggas was indulging in shit, right? They was getting too comfortable in your absence. That's what that tell me. So I'm not sure if you had left out of town, right? Because it says thief, indulgent. So self-care, or you took a break off for self-care while you were in. Okay, so it's not that you need self-care, it's that you was in this hangman to take a break for self-care, right? And whole time a masculine who was thieving, right? He was indulging. So this could be another friend. Yeah, you definitely took time to heal. So self-care, heal. So okay, it's not that you even was in this like I said, it was intentional hangman energy. It wasn't like the universe was putting you in timeout, right? Maybe you just had a baby. Maybe you were taking care of children. And just focusing on, okay, you were focusing on family and your life. So I got Empress, and Emperor, right? So, okay, this says that you were taking time to take care of a child, a union, and for self-care. So you were spending, this tell me family time that you was doing. That's probably why you put yourself in the hangman. You probably noticed that you were lagging in that area and was like, okay, I need time off, right? To focus on what I got going on at home. Then we can get back to business. Oh yeah, this is somebody who owns a business. And now you about to come back in. You excited to go back. You like, let me come back and have to regulate shit real quick. Now I see who balance. Now I see who I could trust and who I can't in my absence, right? I like that balance. You're restoring balance to a situation. That's what that tells me. Let's pull one more. News. Sexual healing. Oh yeah, so you took some family time off. That's what it was telling me. Healthy. So you're coming back healthy, in a healthier mindset, in a healthier outer, right? You may be risking coming back right now. Oh no. You're using your wisdom. You determine, you like, okay, let me get these extra burdens. Because when you got thieves in your presence, right, you're taking inventory of your connections. When you got thieves in your presence, stealing from your business and shit, they can't be trusted while you going to take a vacation or go tend up for your family. So yeah, and especially when it comes to business, something that you built from the ground up, you want to make sure it stays intact, right? We don't do snakes, especially pertaining to money. Like we don't do those. So I'm gonna pull. Let me just put these up, and I'm gonna just pull one of the Dream Oracle cards because guess what? I had a dream. This one was chill, like, but it say this whoever this is excited to come back, right? So maybe you had a much needed vacation, a much needed rest. Now you're ready to get back in the world. Like I said, once you in that Emperor energy or Empress energy, who say the fuck they said, don't let them take your crown. Nigga, I took my own crown off for the second. The fuck? I gotta take a shower, right? I'm not about to wash with the crown on. I gotta go get my hair done. I can't get my hair done with the crown on. Okay, just a quick reader today. Okay, let's just pull one to end this reading off. We got the Dream Oracle deck. I thought this one, like I said, dreams always be dragging it. We got the Word. I'm sure that's very significant just to end this off on a even more positive note, because there's nothing more positive than getting back to, regular schedule program. Balance. That's crazy. Like I said, but you coming back to restore order around this bitch. Like niggas got too carried away. They must have thought they was the boss while you was going. Let me see what that say. Hi. Don't ask me no fucking questions. That's disrespectful. Hide. That niggas be weird. And that's why YouTube does it for me. YouTube block you. I don't even gotta really look at it. I just check to make sure. So we have the harpy eagle. Okay. And they say, what do they say about eagles? I think they say eagles are wise, right? Observant. Well, they should be. Oh, what the fuck is that? We both got bit up. Let me spray that shit. Whatever the fuck that was. It's sprayed. It's done. So let's see what the harpy eagle says. And eagles are usually wise. And what wisdom definitely came out in this reading today. Like, this is somebody who, if they taking a break, trust is for a reason. I think you took this break too, away from your business and tended to yourself and your family, right? To see who you could trust. Because maybe you was realizing, I just sprayed the bleach spray to kill whatever the fuck that was. Maybe you was like, niggas acting too friendly, niggas acting too loyal. Usually when shit be too good to be true, yeah, right? For the most part, I say usually. It's rare, right? Everybody ain't fucking rare like yourself. Okay, so we have the harpy eagle in the Dreamscape Oracle is a female from the American variety. Harpy eagles are a sign that you need to change something in your life. What did we talk about? A much needed change, number 5, right? They represent your strength and none of your weaknesses. The harpy eagle comes to you via visions in your sleep time and your waking days. When it appears, heed the message and take a good look at what is out of balance in your life. Take stock of your life. Are you where you want to be emotionally, physically, financially? Now's the time to envision where you want to be and who you want in your life. We spoke about clearing house just now, right? It says get them out of your energy, right? And this is saying you have the ability. We already spoke on removing niggas, right? You just had to make sure when you called this judgment that it was right. But let's get back into what the harpy eagle means. So it says take stock of your life. Are you where you want to be emotionally, physically, and financially? Now is the time to envision where you want to be and who you want in your life. So you realize that half these motherfuckers gotta go. Half of them. Harness harpy eagle power when times are tough. And you need some extra help to guide you to the other side. Ooh, what we talk about going through that fire, right? You're forging yourself. This is something that was definitely intentional. Meaning, time to reassess your life and adjust accordingly. Listen to the messages Spirit is sending you. So I'm hearing you also got multiple. Are you okay? You want your tablet? Where's that icy wrapper? You got multiple confirmations. Yeah. No, you already had 2. Here, come get your tablet. Yeah, you already took inventory, so that was just an extra confirmation. Like it says reassess and who the fuck you want to be, like who you want in your circle, right? And it's okay. What you say goes for your life. Nobody can't force themselves, and trust. Wait for tomorrow. You had 2 of them already. Okay, hold on. I'm about to end it. Okay, come get your tablet. So you already took the necessary time to see who the fuck deserved to stay and who deserved to dip. So moving forward, when you take this move today, or when you just like stand on business today, you already know what direction your shit gonna be balanced again. You're not gonna, and I believe also you may have put yourself in a hangman because you felt imbalance. Although things look like they was good, although people had smiling faces, and you know you didn't hear nothing behind your back, you just like something ain't right. Your gut was telling you, your guides were showing you, right? Okay, hold on, I'm gonna get it now. They were showing you, right? And sometimes we have to do this. Sometimes we have to pull ourselves back intentionally to just to make sure like everything copacetic. I appreciate you guys. If anything resonated, hit that thumbs up and make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Enjoy it. Wait, hold on. Enjoy the rest of your evening and happy new moon, Lucy. Yes.